Hey, what's up, guys? This is Gerardo Morillo. Today we got a pretty nice topic to talk about today. We're going to be talking about ego, biases, and love. First of all, ego is a very big central theme to the human element, and love is as well. When I was thinking about the two videos that I made recently, which was about the woman's ego, the man's ego, it made me even think even further about why this stuff is there. Now, to be fair, I already kind of understood it, but as I was thinking about it even deeper, I realized something. Both genders and their egos want the same exact thing. The end conclusion between why they do what they do is because they want love. Now, this is a little kind of funny when you think about it. Men are trying to be more masculine. Men are trying to be more manly. Men are trying to learn game. Men are trying to learn pickup and seduction because at the same time they want to experience love. Their ego, which while in that pain state, is experiencing a lack of love. They truly desire to connect to a woman. That's how it all starts. Before this thing got dark, before this thing got very complicated, men and women both truly desired a genuine connection, a genuine relationship. Now, part of the issue with this is that it gets very complicated. It's not something that happens very organically, unfortunately. We think that this is something that should happen automatically, and it's a skill. It's something that must be improved on. Now, the problem with developing the skills is that you bring it on a conscious level and it stops feeling organic and free-flowing. So the goal behind that is to learn, improve, forget, become automatic. And you do this gradually over time. The more you learn, the easier it is just to be free-flowing and be organic. But from the men's side of the corner, men are not the organic. Men are conscious. Men, we had to learn. We had to study these things. We don't know how to do these things naturally. We don't know how to interact with them. We don't understand their subtle TQs, why they are the way they are, so we have to study them. On the women's corner, they're more organic, they're more free-flowing, there's a subconscious, which means that their side is a little bit more natural. They don't have to try so hard. Men, we have to try a lot because we need to kind of figure out the whole thing. We have to figure out the whole package. We have to figure out how to give them exactly what it is that they want so that we can get sex, but more importantly, make a deep connection. Because before this whole thing got dark, right, the most important thing really was, getting love, forming a connection with a human being, and experience great joy and great pleasure, a blissful experience. Now, there's a turning point in a man's life when he realizes that women are not angels. Women are looking for their own survivability. They try and take care of. They try to maximize their own survivability through a wide range of tactics and strategies that they have pre-built in. And as a man, you have to kind of learn how to navigate through those pre-built-in defenses that they have, so you can kind of cut to the core, heart-to-heart, real loving experience. And this is what it means to be a man who finally gets it, who can make a woman very happy and give her pleasurable divine experiences. Because women ultimately are also looking for love as well, but they have a lot of pre-built-in defense mechanisms to reject and block most men who come through, because their side is a little tricky because they want to make sure that the man that they end up with is a high quality man who they can stick around with. A man who's going to be loyal, responsible, strong, take care of her needs, take care of the needs of the baby, as well as a lot of other kind of semi-contradictory things as well. And to give her love. But also not to be a pushover. Women don't like pushover because it indicates a lack of a backbone, a lack of strength. But also women also like men who can just be relaxed, listen to them talk, and just appreciate their time. So there's a lot of contradictory things that it comes to when we talk about the man and woman dynamics. From a pure, I don't want to say gaming, but from a pure ebb and flow wise. So as a man, your goal is to learn how to navigate through these challenges, navigate through these obstacles, these, I guess, setbacks and these issues, and then discover what it is that they want on a deep level. Now, the problem is that the more advanced you get with this sort of thing, the more you bring it on a conscious level, the less pure it feels. And again, that's kind of how it works, because as a man, we don't come with the knowledge of understanding how to pleasure them and how to please them. So we have to learn how they work, how they operate, what sort of things that they desire. And they desire a lot. Their desires are a lot. It's a bunch of complicated, contradictory things simultaneously. And then you kind of actually wonder, like, can you really, really make a woman happy? Can you really, really keep her happy? And these are questions that, do we even really have an answers for? Because all we can really do as men is give women a good time. Give her the best experiences that we can give, that she can appreciate. That's all we really can do from our side of the perspective. Okay, because we cannot make her happy forever. That's part of her own responsibility to make herself happy too. So as a man, your job is not to make her happy, keep her happy. That's too much pressure for you as a man. As a man, the only thing that you can do as a man is give her your best. Be there for her, guide her, protect her, care for her, love her, have fun with her in the bedroom. Okay, that's the only thing you can do for her as a man, but you cannot make her happy, because part of her being happy is her own responsibility. That's on her as well to make herself happy. And as I was thinking about the two videos that I made about the male and the women ego, I realized that essentially the ego wants love. The ego is very competitive. The ego wants to strive for perfection. The ego wants to be better than everybody else. The ego wants to rise up and become a leader. The ego wants to do all of these different things because the ego wants love. At the end of it, that's the conclusion. The ego wants love. It wants sex. It wants love. And what I think this is, from my intuitive understanding of this, is it's kind of like our own mind and body system is working towards to reuniting with God. So our ego is working hard for us to improve and keep on proving so that we can explore and grow, but also reunite with God. When a man and a woman truly, truly care about each other and they connect on multiple different levels, there will be a point in time where they reach a certain level of God-like, how do I say this, appreciation for each other, ecstasy, blissful experiences. But it needs to be done from the purest of heart and the purest of intentions. So when two people who really love each other, they're going to experience God-like experiences. But not the fake kind of version of love that's just like, love me because of, I don't know. Sorry about that. So that was about the ego. how the ego is really just desiring love. The ego is doing all these different types of things. The ego is getting offended. The ego wants to strive up to climb up the social ladder. The ego wants to improve itself. And both genders are doing it for the same reason, because they want love. Men become more masculine so that they can get the woman. Women become more attractive, and women become more nice and sweet and learn how to interact with other women, other men, so that they can experience love in their own way. So I kind of like simplify the ego is a desire for love. As crazy as that may sound, the ego is a desire for love. All these collection of instincts, all these things to improve ourselves, improve thyself, and ultimately is for love. So then we can say love is the answer. Love is quite literally the answer of life. And that's very powerful when you think about it. Because it's like, that answer has been obvious. From the very beginning, that answer was so obvious. But once you finally dive deep into all these concepts, and it's like, whoa, all of these things really eventually lead to acquiring more love, acquiring more sex, acquiring better relationships, acquiring better friendship, improving your skills, and all of this is because you want to be loved. You want to be respected. You want people to like you. So the ego is trying to help in that process in some kind of way. So now, let's go on to the next topic. Biases. Everyone has biases. Everyone has a sort of like nationalism to people who remind them of themselves. For example, people of your same kind, you're more naturally more cooler with them, more easy, more going with them. So if you're Spanish, you tend to get along more with the Spanish crowd. If you're black, maybe you get along with the black people. The Asian people, they probably get more along with the Asian people. I'm not saying that there is no interrelation that does not happen. I've hung out with black people and they're cool. Some of my best friends have been black, African Americans. So I've hanged out with all different types of people. But what I'm saying is that we have a natural advantage to hang out with people who are very similar to ourselves in terms of, biology. I'm Dominican, so maybe I get along with more Dominicans. Maybe. I'm just saying that natural advantage exists. And we also form different kind of biases, such as gender biases, because we support people who resemble ourselves. And that's also the answer too. You should be supporting people who resemble yourself. But just don't let it don't let it stop you from making the right decisions. Because sometimes supporting people who remind you of yourself is not the correct answer, because they're kind of in the wrong state as well, but that's complicated. Basically, the point is that you should be supporting people who resemble you, people who are like-minded, people who have the same vision as you, people who have the same ideas of the world the same way that you do. And you should be encouraging that. You should be promoting those same ideas, because you guys share the same vision. So you guys should be on almost like on the same page, having a sort of teamwork effect. Now, what sometimes happens with this sort of thing is that the egos get kind of in the way. Oh, because this person is saying the same thing that I'm saying, then that's kind of a confliction to me, because now I feel less special. Because the ego wants to feel special. But when someone is promoting the same idea as you, the idea that you like, then you should be promoting it. You should be encouraging it. Okay, does that make sense? The only issue here is when people promote ideas that are wrong. And they think that is the correct answer, and they're promoting the wrong answer. So that's the only problem. And we have multiple different biases. We support people who resemble ourselves. We support people who say the same things as ourselves. We support people who remind us of ourselves. We support people who look like ourselves. And this is the correct answer. You should be doing that. This is your tribe. Your tribe is the people who are very similar to you. So don't disown them, don't discredit them. They're quite literally you. So teach them, encourage them, nourish them, help them to grow. Now maybe they're not as high level of consciousness as you. See them as you in a lower level consciousness. That you're there to help bring them up in speed. Okay. They are you. Maybe in a lower level consciousness, and you're there to bring them up. Because you are the leader, you're the wiser person, and that's your job. Your job is to bring them up. Ego bias is love. So the last thing I want to talk about on this video is the idea of love. Much talk has been talked about love. I can go really, really deep on this subject. I'm a big love nerd and like a really, really love geek. So for this video, I'm just going to keep it kind of simple. What is love? That is a tricky question. One way to think of it is, love people like the same way you wish they were you. So when you see somebody else, imagine they were you. What would you do to that person if they were you? How would you want people to treat you? And start treating other people the way you would want to be treated. In the Bible, this is called do unto others as you would want others done to you. And you go first and you share that love and companionship to them. And they're going to reciprocate, most likely. Sometimes they're not ready to reciprocate because they're still damaged in certain kinds of way. But the point is, when you go first and you love them as you would love yourself, because quite literally, we are all the same person. So when you love someone, that person is a reflection of you. When you remove the ego, that person is you. On a different level of consciousness. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But that person is you. It's hard to understand this on a kind of logical level. It's more something that needs to be experienced. But once you realize that everyone is you, you learn to be nicer, you learn to be more relaxed, and you just try to give them the best experiences that you can. Because that's really all you can do. And a few more things here. Love is quite literally the answer. As funny as that sounds, love is quite literally the answer. We're here to spread love. We're here to make the ecosystem a better place. We're here to make the world evolve. We're quite literally here to have sex and have love. Love is sex, and love is also promoting a better ecosystem and a better economy and a better civilization. That is love. So when you help people grow, you're sharing love to them. You're helping them improve, you're helping them grow. This is love. Love can also just be sharing a deep and intimate connection with somebody. That's very judge-free, have fun, expressive. There's no limits, and we're just going all out, enjoying each other's time. That is love. Where you can completely be naked with someone, and you don't have to try to be so fake and phony, and you can drop everything, be vulnerable, share your deepest self with them. That is love, and that is true love. This is a little too advanced for most people, So I don't think that they need that sort of thing just yet. I recommend people just, as they're learning through their stages, that they just, you know, go through the process of sexual abundance. Have a lot of sex, have a lot of sex, have a lot of sex. And at some point, you kind of like just stop that altogether and say, all right, I want something a little deeper than this. I want a deeper connection. And sometimes you have to go through those trial and error process. Hey man, I'm tired of like these cheap hookups from the bars. This ain't fulfilling anymore. Now you do that stuff to remove some sort of insecurity, to make you feel more like a man. But at some point, we all want to experience what love is supposed to experience, what that's supposed to feel like. That's what we're here for. We're here to experience love. We're here to experience joy. It's just that the level of consciousness, the level of awareness that we're in is very low. Extremely, extremely low. I'm going to end this here and say that love is the answer. The ego quite literally wants love. That's why it's very defensive. That's why it gets offensive. That's why it's very competitive. Because the ego wants to mate, it wants to have sex, and it wants to have love. Now, what I think that is this is my theory on this, is that the ego wants to evolve. It wants to reunite with God. And one way to do this is to keep seeking these experiences, these loving experiences. And when you combine the male and the female polarity, God can be found in that polarity when the male and female are doing the right things. When the male and female surrender and they love each other, they can experience what is known as love and transcend the earthly, fleshy desire version of love. So, summarize this video. Ego is designed to help us rank up, help us improve, help us build social status, all for the sake of getting more sex and getting love. That is what the ego is there for. Love is the answer to life. Okay, love is the gift that keeps on giving, and we're literally born on this planet to have love and have sex. Okay? Be careful, because love, having sex with the wrong people will introduce doors that you shouldn't really go into, but that's something else. That's another video in itself. Biases. People form many different biases. They form biases to help, protect themselves, to deny some sort of problems that they have, to deny some kind of flaw that they may have. People don't like their opinions to be contradicted either, so they feel stressed out when someone contradicts their belief system. They form biases to avoid being wrong, and they support ideas that resemble their own, and encourage the ones that make sense to them, that support their own ideas. Which is also the answer, but it's also an issue when people are promoting the wrong answers. Anyways, that's the end of this video. This video has been about ego, biases, and love. I hope that this video has been a great help to you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like my work, visit me on prosperityLifeHacks.com. I'm an awakened spiritual person. I talk about a wide range of topics such as Kundalini, hypnosis, NLP, law of attraction, a little bit of magic stuff, occult stuff, mystery of life, mind control stuff. I talk about a lot of different things. I talk about psychic stuff as well. And I have really, really powerful tools and resources that will help you develop yourself and transform yourself in a way that will help you become your greatest version. I also have resources that will help you become more than human. You'll become superhuman. Recently, I've also created a book called Women's Brain Decoded. Women's Brain Decoded is about understanding the nature of women, the secrets of women, why they behave the way they do, what are some expectations about being a woman in today's modern world, why being a woman in today's modern world is very confusing and is very complicated. Then we're going to be talking about what is true feminine, what it means to be a true feminine energy, what it means to be a true woman, because most women today are not true women. And I created a book called Women's Brain Decoded. But as I was rereading the book, I actually realized that it's more of a lover's manual. It teaches both sides of the story, and then it also goes into how to maximize giving each other pleasure. Some sort of the strategies to help each other be more happy. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like my work, check me out on prosperitylife.com. Sign up to my newsletter. It is free to do so. I have a ebook called Dominate the Online Business Game, which is designed to teach you how to make money while you sleep, how to set up your own web presence, how to set up your own business, and whatnot. Check that out with the links down below, as well as all of the other resources that will help you improve in every single way imaginable. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Gerardo Morillo. Stay tuned for the next episode.